Yeah, what we're reporting is that Mason Mount is leaning towards joining Manchester United if Chelsea do decide to sell him. It's obviously a complicated situation because the contract talks that have taken place to date have not gone to plan from Chelsea's perspective, or I guess from Mount's, because he's a Chelsea academy graduate, and I presume he would have seen himself staying there long term if things had worked out. But it's got to the point now where talks were parked until the end of the season, at which point Chelsea would pick them up and try and reach an agreement with him or sell him. They don't want him going into his final year. And that's allowed other teams to build their interest. Arsenal, very strong. Liverpool was perhaps the most well documented. I think Thomas Tuchel on behalf of Bayern Munich and others, but it's Manchester United, and credit to Sammy Mockbell in the Daily Mail, who reported earlier this morning that Manchester United are preparing an offer, maybe around £55 million, which would fall short of what Chelsea want, which Sammy says 85 million. I think I've heard it's around 70 million, but either way, it would be short. And the soundings you're getting is that despite Chelsea maybe trying to give it one last go and hoping to keep him, that it is very possible now that he'll leave. And as I understand it, the other clubs who are interested are aware of his preference, and that there are talks expected between Manchester United and Chelsea in due course. And so, I mean, they're playing tomorrow night, which is another interesting point in it all. But that appears to be the direction of travel, but nothing is final. There's no sort of firm decisions on where he's going to end up yet. But I think it will start to gather pace now that the domestic season is ending.
How pivotal is this summer, Martin, for Mason Mount then? 24 years of age, he scored just 4 goals this season. Can you see him being a success at Manchester United? Do you envisage him starting if he moves there in the summer?
Well, I think he needs to go to a club where he's going to be starting, because at one point he was the sort of one of the main men for England. He's sort of gone back a bit from that, hasn't he? Gareth Southgate really does like him, but when you think the Euros are coming up in 2024, he needs to be starting for a big club, and maybe Manchester United is a better fit for that, because if he goes to Arsenal, whose place is he going to take there? I think that's a sort of a dilemma for him. But I can also see it's a good move for Chelsea. He's an academy graduate. If they sell him, all the money that they get will very much help their aims to break even in terms of the Premier League's financial rules, because he's not somebody they've bought from another club. So it probably makes financial sense for Chelsea as well.
Yeah, is it what United need, David? Is it the start of a big summer transfer outlay, do you feel? Is it competition, I suppose, for Christian Eriksen specifically in that United midfield?
Now, it is an interesting point, Teddy, because some of the reaction from United fans has been, do we need that exact player and type of profile, especially when their priority coming into this window is going to be a central striker, and they've got to think about the finances. Of course, Manchester United have uncertainty about their ownership. I think there is some manoeuvrability. At one point, it was sounding like they have to sell before they can buy. I think they can do some activity, and we'll see, because these things don't happen overnight. So we could have developments on the ownership front. You know, the transfer of this nature or any other may drag on for a little bit. But then when you look behind, Christian Eriksen's age profile may dictate that they need a bit more youth and creativity in there. And some would say, regardless, that they needed something like that. I think after the striker, Erik ten Hag would have been looking for a midfielder anyway. So there's no set sort of pattern in which you need to do this. One may come before the other in terms of the chronology. And there's other bits of business Ten Hag will want to do, but a lot will depend on the ownership situation and the finances available. Financial fair play, because Manchester United, I think, spent more last summer than they intended to. So it's not straightforward.